All right, shalom, 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 Yasha Allah. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Yahushai. Shalom. Hope everybody's having a blessed day, blessed afternoon. All right, staying in the spirit of the Most High and Mashiach Yahushai. So today, real quick, I just want to come and do a quick live for y'all concerning the feast. Shalom, Nathan. Shalom, everybody. A quick live concerning the Feast of Tabernacles. The Feast of Tabernacles. Now, we know we are in the holy day season. Shalom, Sister Apple. Shalom, Tahan Kasaja. We know we are in the Feast of Tabernacles season now, starting tomorrow sundown. But we just passed the Feast of Trumpets, which was on Wednesday, September 16th, and we passed the Day of Atonement, which was on Friday, September 25th, both at even, respectfully. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, Karatazaya. Shalom, everybody. Y'all coming in the building. So, for those of y'all that missed out for the Feast of Trumpets and the Day of Atonement, we apologize on our behalf if we didn't do due diligence to make sure y'all kept those feasts, but we've been putting the calendar out for months. We've been mentioning it on the videos, and y'all have to be a little bit proactive and keep up with these things also. Ask questions, look around for calendars. Some brothers and sisters wasn't sure this year. They just kept the feast days when Esau, the so-called white man, kept them. All right, because they just didn't know any better, or they just, sometimes y'all don't see the information. It's not our fault, it's not y'all fault, it's just y'all don't see it. All right, one sister, she came on a post and she said, well, y'all need to be putting this stuff out months in advance. We do. We've been posting a calendar, now if y'all didn't see it, that's not our fault. And it's not y'all fault, y'all just didn't see it, wherever we posted it at. But unless y'all asking for it personally, people been inboxing me, emailing me for months, and I've been sending them the calendar. So y'all got to be proactive too. And when all else fails, some brothers and sisters kept it when they saw the so-called white Jews was keeping it. And guess what? That's not necessarily wrong. At least they did it. They tried. They went by the knowledge that they knew, what they saw, and at least they made an effort. Now, a lot of y'all going to get over righteous and proud and say, oh, no, I don't want to keep it when the white Jews keep it. But hey, at least these brothers and sisters made an effort. They wasn't sure. They didn't see the calendar for whatever reason, and they kept it when they kept it. You got to give an A for effort. Don't be over righteous like you know, like I always say, you're going to get in the kingdom 5 minutes earlier. See, them brothers, they went off. They kept it when the white man kept it. Look, as long as they did it, that's the thing. As long as they did it. So now you can't cry over spilled milk. The Feast of Trumpets and the Day of Atonement is past. If you want to do it, you want to try to make it up, whatever the case may be, that's fine. Shalom. But now, that's past. All right? We're now approaching the Feast of Tabernacles. Now, according to H.O.I. calculations and other camps that we follow the dark moon and we calculate the feast days according to the dark moon, according to our calculations, the feast day, Feast of Tabernacles, starts sundown tomorrow, Wednesday, September 30th, 2020 at even. All right? Shalom, Yeshaya. It starts tomorrow. All right? September 30th, 2020 at even. That's the official start of the Feast of Tabernacles. If you follow along with the dark moon calendar like we do. We celebrated the high new moon Wednesday, September 16th at even. So 14 days at sundown, which would be the 15th day, which is the Feast of Tabernacles. From that would be September 30th. That's the way H.O.I. calculated according to the dark new moon. All right. Ayenya said, Shalom Ayenya. Shalom Hanya. Yenya said, we went live for the day of Feast of Trumpets and the Day of Atonement. I went live for both of them myself. Hell, me and Amath went live for damn near 6 hours for the Day of Atonement. So no, even if you caught it, or maybe you caught it afterwards, whatever, do better, be more proactive next year. And each year as we go along, we'll try to get the calendars out to y'all early as possible. All right, I'm already looking into 2021's calendar already. All right, and hopefully I can get that to y'all by November, December this year, so you won't be so far behind. But y'all got to keep up too. Y'all got to be proactive. And like I said, if all else fails and you're just not keeping a count of the calendar, just do research. You're going to hear that the feast days are in the air. You're going to hear it. So do the best you can. If you keep a day different or two here, don't worry about it. Just do better in the future. You know, we all making a righteous effort, all right? You might see some people, we're doing the Day of Atonement, they're doing the Tabernacles. We doing the Feast of Trumpets, they doing the Day of Atonement. Now, why is it like that? Because some go by the full moon. So that's an entire 2-week difference on the feast days. So follow the elders and the teachers and the camps that you follow, or if you study on your own, shalom, shalom. If you study on your own, then follow whatever days the Spirit show you. But y'all gotta make an effort to keep these feast days. No excuses. We coming to the end. We gotta get closer to these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, don't let nobody tell you you don't have to follow the law, or you don't have to follow the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. We don't teach that. Any brother want to teach that, that's on him. I'm not insulting nobody. I'm not getting personal with nobody. I'm not making personal attacks, attacking people's character because of what they believe in. That's on them. But we don't teach that over here at HOI and many other camps we affiliate with. All right. So with that being said, those days are past. All right. There's really no makeup dates for those like the Passover. But if you want to wait till next month, 10th day of the next month, and do the atonement because you missed it this month, hey, if you want to pick any random day and say, Lord, I missed the atonement, I just want to do a makeup fast to you. I know it's not the exact day, but I want to do something to show my zeal. The Most High not going to strike you down for that. All right, use wisdom, Israel, and stay in the spirit. All right, use wisdom and rehearse, and we serve a very merciful power. Psalms 136. The Most High's mercy endureth forever. Read that psalm tonight, y'all. Everybody read that psalm tonight. Psalms 136. The Most High, we read that for the Day of Atonement. The Most High's mercy endureth forever. All right, so don't worry, Israel. If you fall a little short, get it better. Do it better the next time. That's all. The Most High is just happy to see your effort. Stop beating yourselves down. So now, once again, the Salakia. All right, the Feast of Tabernacles starts sundown tomorrow. Sundown tomorrow, September 30th at even. All right, 2020. September 30th, 2020. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 33. I'm not going to read a whole lot of scriptures because I'm going to cover this on a live. Tomorrow we having about 3 or 4 services throughout the 8 days. I'll probably go live tomorrow. I'm probably going to go live Saturday. Probably going to go live Sunday. And then I'm probably going to go live again for the closing Wednesday, October 7th. So y'all get enough of the scriptures on the tabernacles and whatever else the Spirit bring out so y'all can learn about the tabernacles. But I'm going to just read this in the law for right now. Leviticus 23 and 33. And it reads thus and so. Salakia. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. So now, the Most High said the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. That 15th day will be tomorrow sundown, counting from the new moon, Feast of Trumpets, 7th new moon, high new moon, All right, 14 days at sundown from that will be tomorrow even, which will bring in the 15th day, which starts the Feast of Tabernacles. All right. On the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. So tomorrow sundown, you're supposed to gather together with other like-minded Israelites and keep the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. All right. So now, if you can't do that, HOI and our affiliates and members, we will be in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Atlanta, Georgia, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New York and New Jersey, which New York and New Jersey is keeping it together, Buffalo, New York, and, all right, Salakia. Somebody's calling me during the live. Shalom to Shay. And Buffalo, New York. All right, those and possibly I was going to say possibly Detroit. All right, possibly Detroit also. I will have to check with Brother Kanak and see if everything is okay in Detroit. If not, we'll be starting feast days on a regular basis for HOI Detroit soon. So once again, I'm gonna start from the East Coast now. Buffalo, New York, New York City, and New Jersey, which will be together. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Georgia, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Los Angeles, California. All right, did I leave anybody? And possibly Detroit. That's the 8 main states and areas we have right now. Did I leave anybody out? All right, no, we have other prospective camps in other states that are possibly going to be HOI soon, but we're not going to announce it until it's official. And all you other brothers and sisters that are in states that affiliate with us, but you're not necessarily part of HOI or whatever, you're still, window shopping or whatever, but you listen to HOI, you're welcome too, because we don't force nobody to join us, all right? If you join the body, if you become a member, that's on you, but and we're not real strict about the membership. Basically, you come in and we welcome you as family. You do your duties and you build with the body. And eventually, as you move up, you given more responsibilities and perhaps different titles and different things of that nature, which titles is just for order's sake or rank or whatever you want to call it. But we're a real simple congregation. Really, just come and do the work and respect the order and the leadership. All the other technical stuff, in councils and meetings, you'll know all that, all the rules and everything. You'll get that when you come in. Outside of that, we don't force nobody to join HOI. If you want to be part of the body, you can. If you want to just continue to window shop and, if somebody got in your ear, say, don't join HOI, don't join these camps. All right, because I know they be in y'all ear, they be in y'all inboxes, seducing y'all. All right, but y'all gonna have to learn on y'all own. Y'all be listening to these people, and we be trying to guide y'all and tell y'all, and then y'all get proud and be like, well, I'm not really part of HOI. They don't really tell me what to do. All right? When you fall on your face and having to come run to us, okay, fine. And we still gonna be humble and love you and guide you. But either way, if you're an affiliate, if you're just listening for now and you checking out different camps, you're not sure which way you want to go, you're still welcome. If you just Israel in general and you don't have a place to fellowship, you welcome. Long as you're not bugged out, long as you come in order, long as you don't have a whole bunch of doctrines, long as you're not coming in there lusting after the women if you're a man, long as you're not coming in there lusting after the men if you're a woman, come in order as a fellow Hebrew, and you're welcome to fellowship. We're not going to force anything on you. If we see you next year and you part of another camp or congregation, fine. Hey, I fellowship with HOI 1 or 2 times, but I joined somewhere else. It's all good. All right? It's all good. The people, y'all belong to the Most High Yahushua. Y'all don't belong to HOI. We're just a body of like-minded brothers and sisters that get together and do the work and get things done. All right? Shalom, April. So I don't want to go off into a tangent, but tomorrow's sundown, have a holy convocation. If you're not in a city or you don't have access to a city, and remember, contact us. Contact us between today and tomorrow morning. It might be a city that we don't necessarily have a camp in, but we have an affiliate camp. Or we got a camp that we're cordial with that their doctrine is not all bugged out. All right. Shalom, y'all all. Their doctrine is not all bugged out. All right. Like SOT in the building. Their doctrine is solid. Their doctrine is not all bugged out. So if you go over to SOT, we know you good. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to send you to no bugged out camp. But let's say you in a city that HOI particularly don't have a camp in. If we got a sister camp, for lack of a better expression there, or we got some camps that are not HOI. They came into the truth. They learned from HOI, but we might not have a camp in a city at the time, and they just got together and built a congregation because they didn't have an HOI there, but they followed our teachers. Guess what? We don't go to them cities and try to take that congregation over, even when they tell us that they learn from us and still follow us. Once they doing their own thing, we leave them alone because we're not thirsting to have everybody up under us. The Spirit got to guide you to be up under HOI. All right? I'm going into another lesson now. But anyway, Salakia, that's how we get down. And we try to keep it humble like that. Even there's brothers and sisters right now that are in congregations in other states that say they learned from HOI and came up under our teachings. And we didn't have a camp in their city at the time, so they just start fellowshipping on their own, and they got their own names and everything. And we don't once tell them, nah, just drop your name and come on and be HOI. No. And there's a secret why I don't do that. All right, there's a secret to why I won't do that, but I won't let it out right now. Just put it like this. It keeps order and it keeps everything running smooth. Because we're not thirsting to have everybody up under us. The Most High going to send the fruit directly to HOI that he want to be directly under the body. Or you just going to be Israel in general. If you're not HOI, as long as you Israel and keeping the commandments and Yahweh Shah, you receive salvation when Yahweh Shah come. We all going to be the nation of Israel in the kingdom. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I say that to say, if you're in a city that we could send you to trustworthy brothers and sisters that are like-minded in the spirit, even if you end up joining that congregation, it's all good. All right, so we'll send you somewhere to keep the feast. If you don't have that and you're going to keep it at home, you can keep it at home. Now, let me read down. We're going to get to that. Let me read down. I don't want to jump the gun. Leviticus 23:36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, and on the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Servile work means work for hire. All right? Servile work means work for hire. All right? Lioness heart. Yes, and keep the peace conscious. All right, so for all of the 8 days of Feast of Tabernacles are not Sabbaths. Only the first day and the closing day, the 8th day, are Sabbaths. And the 7th day regular Sabbath that comes in the middle. So, for example, tomorrow's sundown is a Sabbath. Then regular Friday night sundown is a Sabbath. Then next Wednesday sundown until next Thursday sundown is a Sabbath. The Feast of Tabernacles officially ends on Thursday sundown. When the sun goes down Thursday, that's when it's over. But the service starts Wednesday sundown because that brings in the 8th day. That might be a little bit confusing for y'all, but just roll with it. All right, the way the Most High had it fall this year is actually lining up with the 7 days going into the 8 days. Because what? The tabernacle starts on September 30th at even, which that actually brings in October 1st. At 12 o'clock at night, it turns October 1st. So the Most High line your 7 to 8 days up, but the day begins at sundown. So sundown tomorrow, Wednesday, at even begins the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles or the first day. That's a Sabbath. You treat that like the regular Sabbath. The only difference is you can cook because it's a feast day. You can cook tomorrow. You can cook on a regular Sabbath coming up this weekend because it's during the 8 days of the feast. But only the first day and the 8th day are Sabbaths, and the regular Sabbath in between. The rest of the 6 days throughout, 5 days throughout, those are just regular days. You can work, you can have relations with your wife, your husband, whatever the case may be. whatever you do on non-Sabbath days normally, you can do on those days. But it's still the Feast of Tabernacles, so you can celebrate all 8 days. You know what I'm saying? If your money's right, you can go out with your family, treat your children, your wife, your husband, whatever. You can give gifts if you feel like it. No, we're not trying to be like Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. It's just our time of the year. You can give gifts. You can give love offerings. Y'all can send me a goddamn love offering if y'all want to. All right. Y'all can send a general love offering. It's all good. All right. Here's a gift for the Feast of Tabernacles. All right. We ain't going to turn it down. God damn it. You can do nice things with your family. You can cook nice meals each day. Eat your favorite foods. Watch your favorite movies. Watch documentaries. Study your scriptures. Read the law, because that's what we did during the Feast of Tabernacles. When you read Ezra and Nehemiah, each of the 8 days of Tabernacles, we read the law. So you can do that. So throughout the 8 days, you can go from Genesis to Deuteronomy reading through the law. Or just studying in general. You can study any scriptures. Read every day. Pray every day with your family. Cook nice meals. Rejoice. Decorate, clean your house up. Everything. Get into the spirit. It's an 8-day feast. All right, so you can enjoy it, Israel. 37, Leviticus 23:37. Salakia, if I'm leaving anything out, y'all can inbox me here on Facebook or email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. All right. Shalom, Shawapar Banyamyan in the building. All right, again, y'all back in the building too. Khan. H.O.I. Atlanta. All right, I know y'all going to do it nice up there with them tents and everything down there, man. I wish I could come through, but I'm going to hold it down with the family on the West Coast. But y'all enjoy that camping and everything. I'm going to get to the tents and the camping in a minute, Israel. Verse 37. These are the feasts of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. So everything, all right, Khan, doing it big for the Most High Yahweh. Khan, we might as well be rehearsing. As we see this kingdom fall, let's do it big for the Most High. All right. So everything upon its day, all the offerings. So we have specific sacrifices that we burnt for each day. But, in this kingdom, you burn your little incense. You burn your frankincense and myrrh, you say your prayers. Maybe your frankincense and myrrh sticks. Or you burn your frankincense and myrrh rocks. Things of that nature. But, do the best you can, because we're not under the sacrificial law right now. All right, 38. Besides the Sabbaths of the Lord and beside your gifts. So you can bring gifts, all right? Don't try to say the elder, try to be like Christmas early. All right? No, you can bring your gift. You can bring gifts. All right? And beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto Yahweh. Yeah, you can bring a gift before the Most High. All right, even though the Most High don't need anything, you can say, "Look, I'm giving a gift to the congregation. May the Most High Yahweh shall acknowledge my humble gesture." Something of that nature. All right, or you can give to the work. When you give to the work, it's like giving to the Most High because you're furthering this truth. All right, so that's like giving to the Most High because you're helping to further this truth. All right, everything we do is to further this truth. We get into more cities, traveling, fellowshipping. All that is important. We've been blessed to be able to go to more cities now and fellowship with the people in the flesh, and that means a lot to them. Whether it's, renting out a conference room in D.C. in a hotel, renting out Airbnbs when we go to these different cities and gathering all the brothers and sisters together and cooking food and fellowship and drinking wine and nobody getting out of order. Everybody staying in the spirit. Everybody having a righteous time, playing righteous music, fellowshipping amongst each other. So your support is not in vain. It's definitely going to these great causes of fellowship and traveling around to the family. All right, so verse 38, also on the 15th day of this 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, that's what you're celebrating when you celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles also. You're celebrating the end gathering. When you read the book of Exodus, the Feast of Tabernacles is also known as the Feast of End Gathering. When we gather in our crops out of the field, we had an 8-day feast to thank the Most High for having food for the rest of the season, for that fall and winter season when we wasn't going to be growing our crops. All right, it said, unto the Lord, 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath, like I just explained. And ye shall take of the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brooks, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. All right. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in a year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Now, for you brothers and sisters that might be keeping the Feast of Tabernacles for the first time, you're supposed to dwell in a tent or a booth, or what the Native Americans call a teepee, or a little makeshift house you can make out of wood or tree. Back then we used the branches and the trees, and we made like little what they call huts. Or now we dwell in tents as a symbolism. But really, in an ancient time, we really dwelt in huts made out of branches of wood and different things. You can Google it. Google image booths during the Feast of Tabernacles, or Sukkos, S-U-K-K-O-S. But that's what the so-called white Jews call it in modern Hebrew. In ancient Hebrew, we say Sakawath, S-A-K-A-W-A-T-H, Sakawath, in the ancient Hebrew, all right, or Sakawath Yum, which is plural. But they call it, they say Sukkos with an S, S-U-K-K-O-S. And you can Google images and kind of get an idea of how we made them in the ancient time, right? Some of y'all that live in cities or states where they have a Jewish population, or yeah, they call it Sukkot. All right, that's singular, but plural they call it Sukkos. All right, but and then y'all put up, they call it Sukkot too, S-U-K-K-O-T. But if you live in a city where they have a population of so-called white Jews, you'll see them have the booths on their fire escapes, on their roofs, in their front yards. And most of the time, the so-called white Jews make them out of wood because what, in the ancient time, they were made out of trees. Most of us just get tents now because it's symbolic to dwelling in a booth, a tent, a teepee, a hut, etc., whatever you want to call it. So now, you brothers and sisters, if you're not going somewhere camping and fellowshipping, you can put a tent or a booth in your yard if you own a home, in your backyard or your front yard. I suggest your backyard to keep out intruders, especially depending on what hood you live in. Or if you have a terrace, let's say you have a terrace or a balcony attached to your home or apartment, you can put a tent out on your terrace or balcony and you can sleep in it at night if it's not too cold or whatever in your city. If it is cold, get some damn comforters and get on some nice twill pajamas or something. All right, and dwell in a tent. If it's too late for you and you didn't prepare this year, don't worry about it. Guess what? Your home becomes your tent. Don't say, oh, Elder, the Most High gonna kill me because I didn't sleep in a tent this year. You didn't know, just do better for next year. All right, some brothers, a lot of brothers and sisters are actually going out to a campsite to set up their tents and stay in their tents for the whole 7 days. Some brothers and sisters are doing a few days because of scheduling, whatever. This is not our rest. This is our captivity. All right, so do the best you can. If you can dwell in a tent for 7 days, all right, then do the best you can. If you don't have a tent at all, then just your house becomes your tent in righteousness, but still do the feast for 8 days. Don't be over righteous, Israel. Just try to do better next year. All right, me and my family, we're going to camp for about maybe 3 to 4 days. You know, we can't, because of a schedule conflict, we can't do the whole 8 days. All right, but we are going to dwell in the tents for some days, you know. All right, I'm still looking into that for this week, but it should be 3 to 4 days, hopefully, most are willing. But that's what we're supposed to do. Now, the dwelling in the tents or booths, that was to remind us of when we fled out of Egypt and we fled in the wilderness. My yard has possums and skunks that comes through at night. Then I don't know, sis. I don't know about dwelling in your yard if you got possums and skunks. Do the best you can. Or you know what? Maybe set up the tent in your yard and just go in there and pray throughout the day. Go in there and eat a meal. Go in there and have a glass of wine. Go in there and read some scriptures. You can still dwell in a tent throughout the day, but if it's not safe or cohesive to sleep in a tent at night, then just dwell in a tent throughout the day. Do different activities in a tent. Go in a tent and just read some scriptures with your children, or have a meal in a tent, or a snack in a tent, or have a glass of wine in the tent. All right. But I don't know about messing with them skunks and possums, sis. I'm not going to be over righteous. You know what I'm saying? We went camping last year and we had rattlesnakes and different things out there, but the Most High kept them away. I think we was camping for 3 days, and the Most High kept them away. We didn't have a problem. We had a beautiful time last year with our H.O.I. Los Angeles. All right, shout out to all the brothers and sisters that was there with us last year. We had a great time. Right, the snakes or whatever was out. There was snakes and something else they set out there, but they never came in our camp area. The Most High kept them away. The only thing that came in our camp area was some damn drunk neo-Nazi damn Edomite, and I had to stay up to damn 6 o'clock in the morning to make sure he don't bother the camp. All right, where we was camping at, because he was drunk and he wandered off from his other crew of damn skinhead Edomites, and I had to stay up all night and make sure this cracker don't come where we was camping at, or his ass was going to catch some hot ones. But I digress. That's neither here nor there. But either way, you know, it didn't really stop our sleep or nothing. We didn't hear nothing at night. The Most High kept that away. But if you got a problem with possums and skunks, sis, I'm not going to be over righteous and tell you to sleep out there. Now, y'all could condemn me as an elder. Well, no, elder, you as an elder, you supposed to tell her, have faith and just go out there and sleep with the skunks and the possums. All right, don't do that, elder. See, that's why I don't follow H.O.I., because y'all be going off. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to be over righteous and then a damn skunk spray all over her and her children. And see, Priest Sabak told me to sleep out there. I'm not going to do it. You know your area. You know what? Maybe the Most High don't want you to sleep out there. Maybe he wants you and the children to just dwell in a tent. Y'all sleep in your damn house at night. Whatever's best for y'all. If you feel like the elder or leader that tells you to sleep in a tent anyway, the hell with the skunk. If the skunk spray on you, so what? The Most High meant for the skunk to spray you. That's part of the tabernacle. You got to suffer in the wilderness, sister. All right, fine. Then follow that elder. I love y'all. I don't say that to be arrogant or whatever, but I'm going to use wisdom, and I'm going to tell you to make whatever right decision that you need to make for you and your family. All right, so like us last year, some brothers and sisters, they didn't come out. And I knew some of them probably was scared of the snakes and being outside or whatever, but I said, hey, I can't physically make you come. I can't kick you out of H.O.I. because you didn't come camping. I'm not that type of leader. All right. A drunk snake. Oh yeah, a drunk snake on 2 legs. Yeah, Esau was going to catch a damn bonfire or a piece of damn log up to his head or some damn hot lead. But the spirit had it where he never wandered around our camp spot. But when they came and told us that 1 o'clock in the morning, hey, we got a drunk guy. He's got on all black. He's drunk. He's wandering around. I stayed up and watched over the brothers, sisters, and children, man. I didn't go to sleep till 6 that morning. You know, and that's what it was. I was like, I don't trust this Edomite roaming around the grounds. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, like I said. But that's that. That's how you're supposed to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles. So the booth represents the 40 years that we was in the wilderness after we fled out of Egypt, and we dwelt in booths, meaning temporary housing. We didn't have the capacity to build houses because we was following a pillar of a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. So whenever the angel came and the leaders blew the horns in the camps, we had to get up and continue to flee through the wilderness. So we was 40 years in the wilderness dwelling in booths, tents, huts, teepees, or temporary housing until we got into the land of Israel. So that's what the booths symbolize. So if you can sleep in a tent, dwell in a tent for the 7 days, fine. If you can do it for a few days as a rehearsal, fine. If you can't do it, or you can do it at your house, you can set up a tent at your house, maybe on your roof, maybe on your patio, your terrace. I know one year, brother set up he just moved everything out of his living room. He set up a tent in his living room. You know, because he didn't have a front yard or a backyard and he wasn't able to go nowhere camping. This is all just different ideas and zeal to keep the feast day as close as possible. All right, one year, hell, I had to put up, I just built a little wooden makeshift box tent and sat that in my living, little box wooden house, and sat that, and that was my tabernacle. That was my tent for the year in the middle of my living room. All right, so just different zeal. And when all else fails, keep the opening, keep the closing, and that's that. Nobody's going to condemn you. A righteous leader or elder or any brother or sister not going to condemn you if you just keep it in the comfort of your home. All right, sometimes that's good with this damn crazy world. All right, sleep out in a tent somewhere and got to wake up and kill somebody. All right, next thing you know, you wake up, some Negro laying next to you. All right, hey, I thought this was a homeless colony. You never know, Israel. But the Most High will protect us from all of that. So reading on, Leviticus 23:42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. No Esau cannot come in your tent. Moab can't come in your tent. Ishmael can't come in your tent. Ham can't come in your tent. All you Israelite congregations that are keeping the Feast of Tabernacles, but you allow heathens in your congregation, what do you tell them on this day? It says all that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, because the Most High delivered Israel out of Egypt. So what do you tell your congregations? All right, hey, I guess they got to sit that one out. They got to keep it at home, right? Now the heathen, when we dwelt in, when we was in our land, yeah, the heathen kept. It tell you that in Deuteronomy 13, the heathen had to acknowledge the feast day also. Let's say you had a heathen servant amongst you, working for you. All right, they had to accept, but they didn't dwell in a booth. They had their little outhouse or not outhouse like that, like not a bathroom, but a separate house outside of your house, and they kept the feast along with us. They did the 8 days too, but in their dwelling. All right. H.O.I. Kansas, brother Rob is down there, but most of the time Rob is coming to Atlanta to fellowship for the main feast days. I don't think it's too much cracking down in Kansas City, but I'll talk to Rob. But brother Rob is down there for brothers and sisters that want to fellowship. Brother Rob Judah, Kansas is down there. All right, he is there. We've been telling brothers and sisters, brother Rob is representing H.O.I. in Kansas. But nobody's really latching on. So most of the time, Rob goes to Atlanta because that's what's closest to him. All right. So we'll work on that to Shay. I still got to come down there to Kansas. Maybe I can come down there and try to, get some of these brothers and sisters together and we can have a little small congregation in Kansas. But we'll work on that. But in the meantime, we can try to work on getting some of y'all to the state. When the feast day's coming up, we can try to work on getting y'all. That's who I'm talking to, Shower Paul. I'm talking to Shay. All right? So we can try to work on getting y'all to the cities where we at. But, I don't know. Rob is down there. Brother Rob is down there, on behalf of H.O.I. All right, but maybe we can be a little bit more proactive to pushing the fruit to come together down there in Kansas. Because there's brothers and sisters there, but I just don't know why they not congregating. Some cities, every city is different. But anyway, I was saying that on my other video. A lot of y'all that are in states where it's just not latching on, we're going to just have to start working on getting y'all to us or getting y'all just to the closest HOI. If we got to come together and put up some funds or whatever, that's the next level we want to go to. Helping other brothers and sisters to travel. Maybe we can help y'all to get to us. All right. So this way, because it's too late in the game for brothers and sisters. Maybe that could be a pull-up. So, no, Kansas won't be a pull-up, yin y'all. But, pull-up, we'll pull up on Kansas, but that won't be a pull-up. All right. Like Shower Paul said, you need them donations for the pull-up away van. Yeah, so once brothers get the new van in Atlanta, brothers going to be driving to all them locations. So y'all support the van fund, support the Pull Up Boy Sprinter Van Fund, all right? Y'all go to Chief E from a Mafia Guy page to support that. I know we got a lot going on. We don't want to seem like the goddamn church, but we got quite a few donations going on, but we need y'all help, you know? And we're not asking y'all to do nothing that we're not doing from our families and our pockets also. All right, so donate to that also. Go to Chief E from a Mafia Guy page and donate to the land fund. We got the land fund coming up. We got the land fund. We got the Sprinter Van Fund. We still got our HOI New York GoFundMe. We still got the Cash App. So all the donations help. You know, it all goes forth to help us build. You know, y'all been seeing a lot of traveling we've been doing, and I've been doing. All right. I don't give a damn if y'all gainsay out there. You always on a plane. What you doing, Elder? You see what the hell I'm doing? I'm always on a goddamn plane teaching in your city somewhere. The hell you talking about? Always gainsaying. But I digress, all right? Now back to our regular schedule programming. But anyway, Israel always gainsaying, man. The hell you talking about? What am I doing? Every time I turn around, you on a plane. You damn right. And the flock is getting fed every time I get on a damn plane. All right, so shut the hell up and mind your beeswax. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, the support is needed, Israel. All right, the support is needed, and we're going to get this work done. We're going to do this work and get this work done. So we're trying to take it to that next level. All right, thank the Most High. We've been able to travel. We've been able to move around. I've been able to move around as the elder and senior man, going to all of my different cities and checking on my flocks. That's what I've been able to do. Going all over checking on brothers and sisters, because we got camps and congregations in these states. They need to see their elders sometime. And I digress. But anyway, yeah, but we got those different things going on. All right, we got different things. So we know it's a lot, y'all, but do what you can. And remember, do your part. It ain't always about a financial thing. Again, listen, do your part. Gifts, talents that you have, prayer, encouraging words, things of that nature. We had a sister out here in Cali. This sister just offered to do 4, 5, 6 different things for the feast day. She didn't have to do that. And guess what? It don't take a lot of money for the things that she's doing. She's just offering, just to do. A lot of times that's it, is just do. Just do for the nation. Do your part. All right, so, but like Shawapar said, if the more resources open, we can make those trips to y'all. And like I said, I want to take it to that next level of being able to bring y'all to us. We're going to take it on a whole nother level. All right, we've been blessed to maybe get around. And I still haven't been a lot of places that I want to go, but I can't spread myself too thin. I got a family. I got families, plural. But, we trying to do the best we can. And y'all got to step up, man. Y'all brothers and sisters got to step up and help do this work too. Like I said, we got families. I got families. Brothers got their family. I got families. So certain other brothers got families. We got businesses that we running. We got different things we doing to make money, networking with people, different brothers and sisters to make money to feed our families, whether it's work or business or, doing certain things with brothers and sisters to bring revenue to the nation and our families. We got our children to deal with. These children are home now because of this COVID, and they on a computer all day doing their homework and in their class. And you got to monitor that. We got counseling to do. We got camp. We got classes. We got sit-downs. We got all this stuff. We got advice people want. We got our regular biological family if you still got a good relationship with them. So we got all these things on our plate. Everybody got to do their part. You sitting there sending me 45 damn videos per day flood my inbox with 45 videos sitting on YouTube watching videos on all different type of subjects. Get off that damn couch and help do some work, especially if you're in a city that we in. Or if you're in a city and people crying for a camp, get up and help get that camp started. You know, elder, check this out. Check this out, elder. Check that out. Flooding our damn inboxes with 40 damn videos per day. And that's good. That's good. Information is infinite. But that goes to show you're sitting on YouTube all day, just watching everything. You watching videos from how does a damn chicken lay an egg to Yahushua is coming back with 5 red angels. Oh, well, that's the spectrum of damn videos y'all watching. All types of topics. I'll literally be asking people, why did you send me this, brother? What's the purpose of this video? At least put a caption, elder, check this out. At such and such, it may be some good information. I'm like, why the hell did you send me this? Just for information's sake? So while a lot of y'all doing that, there's nothing wrong with getting information. But you sitting on your couch 7, 10, 12 hours a day on damn YouTube, you could be out doing some work in the vineyard, especially in these cities that we need help in. Just apply yourself. Set up your time when you're going to study and you're going to search YouTube for different information, stuff you can use to teach, back up with precepts. Nothing wrong with that. But 40, 50 damn videos a day, and you could be used to be helped in these different cities we need help in. That's what I'm saying. Everybody got to do their part, all right? Duke the Great. I don't know what that means. A brother gave me a page essay on his book on how we're Egyptian. Yeah, it just, it's a lot of... But let me finish, y'all. I done spoke about 3, 4, 5 different other things. And let me finish with the video. The feast day. On Leviticus 23:43, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. There you go. That's the whole gist of the feast day in a nutshell. Besides other things that go along with the tabernacles. But the gist of it is the Most High want us to remember when he brought us out of Egypt and we dwelt in booths in the wilderness for 40 years. All right, remember that time where for 40 years, you didn't have a permanent home, but I sustained you that whole 40 years. I kept you in that wilderness. I kept you from death, from destruction. A lot of you died in the wilderness. Hell, most of you died in the wilderness and didn't get to see the promised land, but the Most High preserved Israel through that time nevertheless. All right, 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of Yahweh. Moses declared all the feast of Yahweh. Leviticus 23 gives us all the feast of the Most High. So that's what the Feast of Tabernacles is about in a nutshell. That's it. That's a very quick, basic understanding of the main scripture in the law where the Feast of Tabernacles is. So just to give a rundown, let me cover all of the basic elements for you to understand how to keep the feast. Tomorrow, sundown, September 30th, 2020, starts the beginning of the Feast of Tabernacles. The Feast of Tabernacles represents when Israel came out of Egypt. Read the book of Exodus. When we came out of Egypt and we dwelt in the wilderness for 40 years. And the Most High had us dwell in booths, tents, huts, teepees, whatever you want to call it, temporarily while we was dwelling through the wilderness. Even though 40 years is a long time, but we were constantly on the move, so we couldn't build permanent housing. So that's that. It also represents the end of the crop year, because the fall is coming in now. This is harvest season. All right? That's where they get Thanksgiving from. Thanksgiving is an offshoot of the Feast of Tabernacles when you really research Thanksgiving. All right? This season is about the harvest. So we was also celebrating and thanking the Most High for blessing us with our crop season, for gathering in our crops and having food for the fall and winter months until we planted our food again back in the spring. All right? And we was also just thanking the Most High for him being our tabernacle, our booth, and our dwelling also. The Most High, Yahushua, and the angels, they are also our dwelling and tabernacle and our booth. Our bodies is our dwelling and tabernacle and Bufar spirit. So it has many significant meanings to this Feast of Tabernacles also. All right, so if you can, starting tomorrow sundown, get you a tent. Get you a tent today, tomorrow. We know it's kind of short notice, or some of y'all may own tents already. If you got a backyard, a front yard, a patio, a terrace, a roof, whatever, set your tent up. If you're not able to go out camping in one of the cities that we in, all of the cities that we in, we're not going camping. New York is not going out camping. New York is they rented out a building to have the feast day at. That's going to be their tent and their dwelling for that feast. All right, so every city may not be camping. Just contact me to let me know what city you're going to try to fellowship in. If all else fails, just set up the tent in your backyard, front yard. If it's late notice, you don't have time to get a tent today, tomorrow, whatever the case may be before tomorrow's sundown. Guess what? You can get the tent anytime before the 8 days is over. Let's say you get the tent on a weekend. You wasn't able to get the tent now. You can get the tent Thursday or Friday and still set it up in your house and have it till the tabernacles is over. You can dwell in the tent anytime throughout these 8 days. All right, you might get the tent Sunday. Yo, I'm able to get out and go shopping. So I'm going to get me a tent, set it up, and I'm going to have my tent set up until the Feast of Tabernacles is over. You didn't do all the days, but guess what? The Most High, you're rehearsing the righteous acts. So the Most High sees that, all right? In Colossians 2, the Lord said, don't let no man judge you on how you keep the feast days. You're making a righteous effort. And when all else fails, you wasn't able to dwell in a tent for this year, you dwell in your home. All right, that's your tent. That's your booth. That's your tabernacle. It goes on different levels. Now, once again, throughout the 8 days, only the first day and the 8th day are Sabbaths. All right, that's it. You can't do no servile work, meaning work for hire. Try to get the day off from work if you can, along with the regular Sabbath, of course. If you can't, the Most High understands. That's where mercy comes in. All right. The only work you can do is work concerning the feast day, preparation, cooking, shopping, things of that nature. You can do that for the feast day. You can cook throughout all 8 days, even on the regular Sabbath. You can cook. All right. You might hear some Hebrews or congregations that tell you can't cook on a regular Sabbath. That's what they teach. But the way we understand it, you can cook because it's during the 8 days of the feast. Once again, if you want to say I'm going off as the elder of H.O.I., the elder going off, telling you to break the Sabbath because it's the Feast of Tabernacles. I ain't following H.O.I. no more. Okay, go follow the elder or the congregation that tells you you can't cook on a regular Sabbath during the Feast of Tabernacles. Go follow them. I won't be mad at you. I still love you. But over here, we're going to use wisdom. We're not over righteous. You can cook because it's an 8-day feast. It's during the feast day. Now, with that being said, like I said, once again, tomorrow's sundown is a Sabbath, and next week, Wednesday sundown is a Sabbath. And regular Friday sundown is Sabbath. The same restrictions apply as the regular Sabbath, except for any work concerning the feast and cooking or buying and selling concerning anything for the feast is allowed. It is allowed. You want to be over righteous and say, I'm not buying until the sun go down, then I guess you'll have your feast Thursday evening or whatever, because you're over righteous. All right. But anyway, you can buy or sell or cook because it's the feast. You can do it concerning the feast. Or work concerning the feast. Servile work, meaning work for hire, you cannot do. All right. So tomorrow, sundown to Thursday, sundown, you brothers and sisters that might have businesses or whatever, just shut your business down. If people have inquiries, say, hey, message me Thursday sundown because it's the Sabbath for the Feast of Tabernacles, and we'll continue to do business like that. All right. I'm going to be putting out, advertising some new menorahs or whatever, maybe later. But, I'll take orders up until sundown tomorrow. All right. But I'm going to do that on another video because some of y'all asked about what new menorahs are out or whatever. But that's not neither here nor there. That'll be a separate video. But this video, I want to concentrate on the Feast of Tabernacles. I'm sacrificing right now, taking this time out like I do for Israel. I got 50 other things I could be doing right now. But edifying the body and keeping y'all abreast of the feast days is very well much worth it. Like I said, atonement and trumpets is past, and some of y'all was jaded because you didn't hear about it or you didn't know the date or whatever. Let me say this too, Israel. Every year we do videos on the feast days. Every year we do videos on how to keep the feast days. Even if it's on the day of the feast, y'all got to search the archives too. You know how many lives I got on my Facebook? Go on my Facebook live videos and just go back. Every year I got lives that I'm talking about. I'm telling you how to keep the feast days. Now, it changes every year. The dates change every year. All right, the dates change every year, but we got old videos. Y'all got to be proactive, like I said, where we explaining every year how to keep the feast. The reason why we keep doing it, because new people keep coming in, and you might not see those old videos. So we try to stay proactive ourselves and keep you abreast, because we don't want y'all to miss out on the feast day. All right, that's not what we're here for. We want y'all to be able to keep the feast. So, once again, if all else fails, you missed trumpets, you missed atonement, or you didn't really know what to do, or you did it this day because you was confused, don't worry about it. That's gone. It's past. Now, do better for the future. And now, even though it's a day and a half before, you still got plenty of time between this evening, tomorrow morning to prepare for your tabernacles. And if you didn't prepare like you wanted to, do the best you can. And you can still catch up throughout the 8 days. Just because it starts tomorrow don't mean you can't catch up Thursday, you can't catch up Friday. You can still catch up with the feast and do the rest of the 8 days out along with everybody. All right, if you get a tent Monday damn morning, set that tent up until the Feast of Tabernacles is over. Set it up. Don't worry about it. You get them 3 last days in there. That's the Most High will look at that zeal. All right? No Brooklyn Tabernacle. Hell no. All right? Not that tabernacle. Hell no. All right? Your house is a better tabernacle if you ain't got no other tent or nothing than that goddamn Brooklyn Tabernacle. All right, so that's it. Any questions? Any questions? I know this was very basic. I know probably 1 or 2 things I forgot, but you got any questions? The floor is open right now. Anybody have questions concerning what to do? During the Feast of Tabernacles, I basically covered everything. It's an 8-day feast. Eat, drink, be merry. Make sure your eating and drinking is in moderation. All right. If you're going to drink whatever, drink in moderation. And this is coffee, y'all. Salakia. I need to goddamn pick me up this afternoon. I ain't really a coffee drinker, but that ain't no yaya or nothing, y'all. But if y'all going to drink, all right. Yeah. Brother Asher, yeah. I'm on the West Coast, yeah. So I'll be here for a minute, but I'll be on another plane like that. Most I will. That's how this thing is. But yeah, I'm going to be doing it on the West Coast. If y'all in the LA area, holla at me. You got to be vetted first, because we got to know who you are. Because we have limited space for the tabernacles this year. We apologize about that. So you got to be vetted. But you're welcome to come once we, determine you're a solid brother or sister. All right? We can't work at all. You must have just came on the live, Brother Silas Rubin. I answered that earlier, but to answer that again, you can work, but only on the first day and the 8th day are Sabbath. You're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to do no servile work. Not that you can't work at all. Servile work means work for hire, and of course on a regular Sabbath. The rest of the days of the tabernacles you can work. Those are like regular days. All right, get in contact with House of Israel Atlanta@gmail.com. That's if you're going to Atlanta. All right, that's for Atlanta. If you're going anywhere else, you need information on anywhere else, contact House of Israel NYC@gmail.com. That's for Atlanta that Oyenya is putting up. So do you have to cook every day, or can you cook a big meal and feast off that for a couple of days? Yes, You can cook a big meal, but don't eat nothing past 3 days. All right. Me particularly, I really don't like leftovers after another day. You know, but don't be 4 or 5 days trying to eat the same food. Maybe the first day, the second day, maybe the third, but after that, nah, cook you from some fresh food. Get you some fresh food. Me personally, I only like to eat the night that the food is cooked and maybe the next day. After that, next day, sundown, I like fresh food. All right. What did you say about Detroit, Elder Zabak? Missed that. I said it might be something going on in Detroit. I got to get in touch with Brother Canuck. If not, the feast days will be starting soon. And I know the new moon will definitely be starting in Detroit on October 15th. The new moon, 9th month. That'll be starting on October 15th at even. I don't know. Brother Canuck is trying to get things together. He may do something for Tabernacles, at least the closing. But we'll announce that as we go along. I'm gonna hit you, Malak, Angelica. Let me see. Check out Chief Ephraim. Most I keep you well. Okay, yeah, Khan. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions or comments concerning the Tabernacles? Most of y'all on here seem like y'all, I don't see too many new people. So most of y'all know already. This is just a refresher for y'all. All right? So no excuses, Israel. Keep the Feast of Tabernacles, even if you got to keep it in your house. We'll be on live. We'll have live videos on. Even if you don't catch us live, go on YouTube and type in HOI-FEAST of Tabernacles, House of Israel, Feast of Tabernacles, or just, you know, Feast of Tabernacles. Even if another camp come up, if they're breaking it down right, you'll learn about you can watch the video and cook your meal and rejoice and celebrate in your home. All right, so either way. All right, you're welcome, Sister Karata Zaya. Any more questions concerning Tabernacles? All right. All right, any more questions? We'll be in Detroit, y'all. HOI Northeast, HOI New York and New Jersey will be in Detroit with HOI Detroit October 15th through 18th. Let me see, 15th, 16th, 17th. Yeah. That Thursday, October 15th through Sunday, October 18th. HOI will be in Detroit. HOI New York and New Jersey will be in Detroit with HOI Detroit. It will be the breaking ground in Detroit for HOI Detroit. Anybody else? Any more questions or comments concerning the Feast of Tabernacles? Any more questions or comments concerning trumpets or atonement that you may have missed, but you just need information to know what you're doing next year? If this kingdom is still here, goddammit. Most I just might fry it, burn it, blow it the hell up. Any more questions or comments? I'm here. Any more questions or comments concerning Feast of Tabernacles? Can you travel on them days? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Even if it's the Sabbath, if you're traveling to do the work or you're traveling to fellowship, yes, you can travel. All right. 2 Ezra 2, be not weary, for when the day of trouble come. 2 Ezra 2:27. Others going to be sorrowful, but we're going to be rejoicing and keeping the commandments and keeping the faith. All right. Yeah, breaking ground, HOI Detroit, October 15th through 18th by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. There will be a full itinerary also, a full itinerary of events that will be going on in Detroit for that weekend. All right. Anybody else? Any more questions? Any more questions or comments? Any more questions or comments? I'm looking. I'll give about a couple of more minutes. Everybody on here seem like you veterans or you've been in the truth for a while, so y'all kind of know this stuff already. Some of y'all got y'all tents damn near set up already. That's good. I've been seeing a little posts and different stuff. Shalom to Israel that kept the tabernacles already or still keeping it now. We got so many goddamn dates and different new moon understandings and calculations. All right. Salaki, if I look a little tired, it's just been these early days with the babies. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any more questions or comments? Any more questions or comments? If not, we're going to get ready to wind it down. All right, so I just went through Leviticus 23, 33 to 44. Something basic, all right? Y'all to get the more deeper breakdown tomorrow. Anything in particular we're supposed to cook or feast on? No, just whatever, anything. Cook your favorite foods, your favorite dishes, desserts, fruits, vegetables, your favorite drink, wine, strong drink, beer. If you don't drink alcohol, your favorite regular drinks, juice, alkaline water, whatever, smoothie. All right. Anything else? Anything else, Israel? Anything else? Anything else, Israel, concerning the Feast of Tabernacles? Anything else concerning the Feast of Tabernacles? What is that? News about the land of Yenya. I just did a video on the land. I did a video, y'all, on the update on the New Nazareth land in Georgia, the land we purchased. I just did an updated video on that last week. It's up on my Facebook. It's up on Chief E from Amapa Guy, and it's up on HOILA. I just did an update video on the land. Right now, I'm seeing if there's any more questions or comments concerning tabernacles. A great fasting meal. Shalom. I don't know what that means. Oh, he's laughing with John Gonzalez. No, you don't have to fast during these 8 days. You can feast each day because it's an 8-day feast. All right, but nothing particular. I like to cook lamb around this time. I like to make lamb. We're gonna be grilling. We're gonna try to throw a little something. On a grill. We're going to even have something vegan friendly for those that are vegan. It's a little bit of everything, But I like to cook a little bit of lamb this time of the year. I like to keep that lamb going. Not too much of it because I try to balance out the red meat. But, I'm going to definitely roast me up some lamb, most I willing. But other than that, all clean foods, all clean food. A little bit of everything, as long as it's clean foods. But around the feast day, you should save some of your favorite foods that you like to eat or cook. You should save that for around the feast days because then you enjoy it better. If you eat it too much, you get sick of it. So save your I'm unclean after my friend's funeral and I know I can't congregate. Can I do it at home? To celebrate, do I have to wait? Nah, you can do it at home and just watch the service, watch the live and cook you a meal. And just acknowledge it at home. All right, you're not around nobody. You're not around nobody, so just keep it at home. Will you be clean for the closing? Maybe hopefully you'll be clean by the time the closing happens. All right. Yeah, when you have when you have a funeral around the feast days. All right, a couple of years we had people didn't even know. We at the feast day and come here, y'all. Yeah, man, brothers, man, keep me in prayer, man. I just buried my cousin yesterday. What? They didn't get a chance to learn that law. Yet they might have been new or whatever. Next year, for the future, you got to know you unclean. You can't congregate. But they didn't know, so the mercy, grace comes in. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Hell, this whole goddamn kingdom is unclean. Anybody else? Any more questions or comments concerning the Feast of Tabernacles? I know if we was on YouTube live, they'll be having damn questions about Star Trek by now. Facebook is a little slower. All right, that's it. I guess that's it, Israel. So that's it. Basic understanding on keeping the Feast of Tabernacles and when it comes this year, according to how H.O.I. calculate the feast days. If we wrong, may the Most High have mercy on us, and may he give us all the proper and concise days when Yahweh shall make his second coming. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. The Most High loves our effort above anything. Be ye perfect as your Father in heaven. So we're going to try to do everything as right as we can, down to the letter, to the best of our ability. If we fall short, we pray that Yahweh and Yahweh shall have mercy and that we get it right, and he show us total, complete perfection when he make his second coming. If we fall short in leading you and teaching you, then if you have to go elsewhere to be fulfilled in this walk, we still love you, Israel, and we hold no grudges or no gripes. We wish you the best in any other camp or body or congregation that you depart us to leave to. It's all love. All right, maybe some of y'all, the grass is greener on the other side. We're not perfect. We fall short. Maybe somewhere else is better for you. All right. All right. Shalom to Shay, all praises. H.O.I. to the chariots fly. And that's it, y'all. All right. So come on out. If you're in those cities, come on out in fellowship if you can make it. But if you come into the LA area, you got to check in first and be vetted, because you know, space is limited and things of that nature. If you're in Vegas or anywhere else, also contact first. If you're in Atlanta have their email up. If you're in Philly, H.O.I. Philly is going to be a fellowship and doing something. DC, I believe, New York, New Jersey, Buffalo. So just contact us accordingly. We'll set you up accordingly on where to fellowship. All right. All right. So I don't see any more questions or comments concerning tabernacles. Any other questions or comments y'all can save for the Thursday night class? Call into the Thursday night classes every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. HOI in the classroom, 712-770-5505. Access code 385417. Every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Call in and ask your questions and be edified. All right. So with that, Ashar Kag Sakawaf. Happy Feast of Tabernacle. Ashar Kag Sakawaf. 2020 starting sundown tomorrow, September 30th at even till sundown, October 7th at even, officially closing out Thursday, October 8th at even. All praise to Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai, Kwam Yashala, we still got next. Everybody have a beautiful Feast of Tabernacles. If you want to support, reach out to us. We'll show you how you can support different regions. If you want to support a different particular region or state or city, let us know. Kwam Yashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. All praises to Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai forever and ever. Amen. Happy Feast of Tabernacles 2020. Any questions, inbox me or email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. All praises to Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai forever and ever. Amen. Once again, I'm going to sign off. Priest Sobak, HOI to the chariots fly. All praises to Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai forever and ever. Amen. Happy Feast of Tabernacles 2020. Shalom.